All right, welcome. This is the second part. Now, this is the first way they set exam under this topic, okay, exothermic and endothermic reaction. They will give a diagram like this and they will ask you to label it, or you identify activation energy, or identify the enthalpy, okay. So, first, okay, they might give you a diagram like this and they will ask you to identify what is the find delta H. Okay, or is this reaction exothermic or endothermic reaction? Okay, to answer this question, you know that exothermic reaction, this one is always below. Okay, product is always below, reactant at the top. Okay, if you ask to calculate this one, okay, make sure you know the diagrams you already learned. So you have to roll a line straight across, and delta H is the distance from here down. So that's delta H. Now you have to find a value. To find a value, you look across. Okay. Now you get a number wire. Maybe this one is 35. Let's say it's 35. So delta H will be, you see, 60 minus 35, and then you get 25. And again, it's exothermic, so it will minus 25 kilojoule. Okay. Or if they ask you to find this one, okay, what is EA? Activation energy. So you extrapolate that, line across, get the value over here, maybe it's 110, and then 110, and then you look across, that's 60. So EA is the difference. So 110 minus 60, and you should get EA is equals to 70 kilojoules. So that's one way they will set a question. Okay, they give you the diagram, they ask you to label it, and then you will also ask to label. So it transition. Okay, EA is this one. Okay, and that is this. And overall, what is the is this energy profile diagram for exothermic or endothermic? So it's for exothermic reaction. Okay, so that's first thing. Now the second way in which they will ask you, okay, the question or set a question for you. Okay, just watch. They'll give you a chemical equation and you'll be asked to draw the energy profile diagram. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm using exothermic. It is same applies to endothermic. So let's say N2 plus H2 produces NH3. Yeah? So balance the equation, and then we should get 2N over here and 3 over here. And then they say delta H, maybe the question is positive 75 kilojoule. Okay. And then EA, they say 20 kilojoule. Draw the energy profile diagram for this. Now, we have two, exothermic and endothermic. Which one am I going to draw? This one will give you the idea, okay? It's positive. So positive, you have to remember the diagram. So positive, the product is always at the top. Okay, it's above the reactant. So having remember that, okay, always go back my previous video. On this I already explained. You write energy is always on this side, reaction, and then product is always above the reactant, so you should have something like this. Okay. First you draw this, now you plug in, it says positive. So the enthalpy is the distance from the product of the product. To write the reactant, you don't write the word reactant and product, reactant product, but you write this one. Product to NH3 and 2 plus 3H2. Okay. And then you draw this one across, and then this one across from here. Okay. And that's where you put your enthalpy. sorry, is equals to positive 75 kilojoule. Finished. You already put this one chemical equation into this energy profile. So this is the energy profile diagram of this. And then this one, you label it, and EA is equals to 20 kilojoule. Okay, so that's one way they will set a question using this one. And the last way normally appears in the multiple choice. Okay, the last way that appears normally appears in the multiple choice. Okay, it's like this. Okay, they will draw something like this. Let's say endothermic. Okay, so they will rule an arrow down. Let's say A, and then across over here, and then across over here, maybe C, maybe B, and then another one from here all the way down, maybe D. Okay, they might have it something like this, and then they will ask you which of the letter, okay, correctly shows the, let's say, activation energy. Okay, which of the letters of the activation energy they'll put a choice. So the correct answer will be here. Okay, so activation energy is shown by letter B, or which letter represents the enthalpy. Okay, the answer will be C. So that's the question that will normally appear in the multiple choice. All right, good. So that's all for today. Please follow the next video. I'll be explaining how you're going to the next part of this one. The chemical reaction, calculate the pole energy and put it inside the energy profile diagram. Thank you so much for now, and we'll see you again later.